special guest, Elliot Gould.
What are you doing after the show?
Who gets an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah, the feds are watching me. Chief Officer's investigating me. The ASPCA is after me about this horse thing.
The originals are back.
You're pollen on your wife's ear!
You don't have any pollen.
It's Saturday night, tonight at 11, right here on Channel 48. Learn a new skill or just have fun. Sign up for an activity at the Burlington YWCA. Girls of all ages are welcome to join any of the variety of activities. For information, visit the Y at 15 East Main Street or call 609-235-6697.
Come on, man. Live and let live. I was gonna let you guys go. I was just keeping you here for company.
Go on, Bobby.
Do as I say! Do it! Don't send me back to jail. Tell your boyfriend here not to do his good deed for the day, for old time's sake.
Gavin!
Jody. Suck it! Boy, the wheels keep on turning, don't they? I gotta thank you, honey. You arrived just in the nick of time. You know what they say? Three's a crowd, but four's a party.
What is going on here?
This is Max Sharkey, Jody. Does that name ring a bell?
Sharky? You mean the guy who kept Nancy Carr captive at the Rexford Clinic?
No autographs, please.
Jody, how did you find us? I went to Sid's, and she gave me this picture of your mother, and well, right in the background here, it's the Alon garage. Well, I looked it up in the phone book, and I recognized the house, and here I am.
You should have stayed away, Jody.
Oh, Gavin, I have been so worried about you. I had to try and
Who
find
else
you.
knows? Who else knows you've been playing teen detective?
No one.
Tell me the truth. The cops know about that picture?
No, look, I didn't even tell anyone that I was coming here. I was too scared. I swear I didn't even tell the police. I didn't...
Cops! Or no cops! I'm holding on to this. And this says it on the law. So you do exactly what I say. And your boyfriend won't get hurt.
Okay. Really, I'm not going to give you any trouble. Gavin.
Hey, what are you doing, Precious? What are you doing?
Gavin!
No, he's got a girl. You're sticking with me.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Tide. Women who count on cleaning put their trust in Tide. And by new Pringles with a delicious deep-fried flavor.
On your mark! Get set!
I've got the fever for the flavor of new Pringles.
New Pringles? What's new about Pringles?
It's the deep fried taste. It's a crispy crunch. Pass the Pringles, please. I need a bunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of new Pringles. The fever for the flavor of new Pringles.
Now Pringles are made different with a brand new deliciously deep-fried flavor that makes them taste even better. And there's no preservatives, nothing artificial.
I've got the fever for the flavor of new Pringles.
It's the deep fried taste. It's the crispy crunch.
Pass the Pringles, please. I need a bunch.
We've got the fever for the flavor of new Pringles.
New Pringles, one bite.
You'll catch the fever for the flavor of new Pringles.
Hey, I want to show you something. A cleaning test that might just surprise you. Here's a dirty shirt. Grape jelly on the cuff. Ketchup on the shoulder. Ground in dirt at the elbow. Now, to make it even tougher, I'll tie this into a knot. About this tight. Why? To show you that dirt can't hide from extra action Tide. Now, the knot's still here, but the grape jelly isn't. The ketchup isn't. And... look, the dirt's out too. Surprising? Not really. Tide works on lots of tough cleaning problems. After all, the extra action in Tide means dirt can't hide.
This dance company is all wrong. Sky should have waited.
What for?
Until he found another dancer other than Martine Duval.
She is a very talented professional.
She detests him.
Well, after all, Raven, you don't have to like someone to work with him. I mean, it's a help, but it's not mandatory.
She'd stab him in the back in a minute.
Do I get the idea that you might be slightly worried about Miss Duval?
What do you mean?
Well, after all, she was Schuyler's lady friend all that time.
Do you think I'm jealous?
It had crossed my mind.
I'm twice the woman that Martine is, and Sky knows it.
Well, it's nice to know that you're not burdened with insecurity.
Besides, I think that she's having a thing with that photographer friend of hers.
Carlo Crown, you mean?
Yes. I wonder if Carla knows about Martine and Sky. Or about her other numerous tacky affairs, no doubt. I think perhaps if he knew more about the woman he was getting involved with, he might change his mind about her.
Now, Raven, I can see all those little wheels turning again. Please be careful.
Hello?
Mrs. Whitney, is that you?
Yes, it is. Who's this?
Carlo Crown. I have a message from my assistant that you were here this afternoon. I'm sorry I was unavailable.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I'm so glad that you called so quickly.
Well, I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
I would like to talk to you, and it's very important. So do you think that we could meet for a drink this afternoon?
I'm sorry I took so long, but my husband and I just moved in recently, and we still haven't finished unpacking.
Please don't apologize. I shouldn't have let you serve me at all. Now that I'm officially your secretary, I should be doing this.
Correction. Actually, 2 corrections. You're not my secretary. You're my executive assistant. And secondly, I won't have you serving me coffee and things like that because I have a perfectly reliable housekeeper who will be here this afternoon. Her name is Mrs. Goodman, and I should warn you about her.
Why?
Because she claims instant motherhood to every new person she meets. I mean, just wait. In 2 days, she'll be telling you what to eat and asking you why you're not married. You did say you were single, right?
That's right. By choice, I think.
Oh, well, here comes my choice. What are you doing here?
Well, I just was on my way from police headquarters to my office. I had about an hour before my next patient. I thought I'd see if I could catch you with the milkman.
Oh, you just missed him. Oh. But you are here in time to say hello to Nora Fulton.
Hello, Nora Fulton.
Dr. Kavanaugh, I presume?
Yes, that's right.
Nora's just done a very foolhardy thing, Miles. She's agreed to become my executive assistant.
Well, you could do worse. I hope you get along with this one here. She's a pussycat at home, but I understand she's a tiger at the office.
Well, we'll be working at home as much as the office, so she'll be able to compare my 2 personalities. Honey, could I talk to you alone for a minute? Would you excuse us for just a moment?
Of course.
I am so worried about Jody. She rushed out of here and would not tell me where she was going.
Now, she has been a little secretive lately.
I know, and I don't like it one bit.
You know what I don't like? It's the secrecy she's imposed upon us. I was very, very tempted to break that promise we made to her. Almost did.
Oh, but you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't. I was down at Derek's office. I was giving him some preliminary details about Gunther Wagner's autopsy, and he and Damien were there trying to figure out new ways to track down Gavin. I felt very guilty, but I didn't say a word.
Well, what were the results of the autopsy?
I didn't uncover anything that would help Gavin's case, Annie. I can tell you that. If anything's going to make it worse.
Why? What did you find?
Oh, it just seems like he's lying about how the shooting took place. I mean, Gunther was not shot during any struggle. That bullet had to have been fired from a distance.
That is so different from what he told us.
Gavin's just trying to make it sound like he wasn't responsible for it, that he didn't do it deliberately.
It sounds bad for Gavin, doesn't it?
I'm afraid so. And it means it doesn't sound good for Jody.
That really hit the spot. There's nothing like a little hand-to-hand combat to work up an appetite, you know? Oh, man. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. You know, when you're in the joint a little while, your manners just go right out the window. Are you a little hungry? No. Yeah. Have a bite.
No.
I know, this is a first-rate sandwich. Try it. Try it. Oh, come on. Don't look so unhappy. You're really depressing me. Look, you're gonna be out of here in a week or less. I'll tell you what. If you get real bored, we can play a friendly little game of spin the bottle.
What a mess. Cleaning out the kitchen can. It's the worst job in the house.
Why don't you try a better kitchen bag?
Hefty, tall kitchen garbage bags?
Even the wettest kitchen mess won't come through a Hefty.
Hefty's inner security lining resists tears that let wet garbage seep through thinner, weaker bargain bags.
Oh, I see you have a Hefty kitchen bag now.
And a clean kitchen can.
Hefty tall kitchen garbage bags. Even the wettest kitchen mess won't come through a Hefty.
Help! Does anyone have a breath mint?
Oh. Here you go.
Wait, try Breath Savers. They keep your breath fresh a long time.
So do mine.
Oh, but Breath Savers taste so cool and minty.
So do mine.
But Breath Savers are sugar-free.
Sugar-free?
Mm-hmm. Try one.
Breath Savers are the sugar-free way to get long-lasting breath protection, bursting all over with a minty cool breath freshener.
I like Breath Savers mints because they freshen your breath without sugar.
If you get one for the...
Best, man.
All right, come on, put your back in it. Put your back in it. Ah! There you go.
That's true, all right. You know, I saw Martine DeVal's poster outside the Whitney Theater.
Yeah? Well, I knew that Jody quit the company. I didn't know that Martine had been rehired already.
Well, not only that, they plan on opening on the same date. Hey, speaking of performing, what do you hear from Star?
Oh. Well, actually, my wandering wife seems to be quite content with life the way it's going on as it is now, at least according to the last letter I got.
Really? Well, does she know when she's coming back to Monticello?
Well, now, it started out to be 3 weeks in San Francisco, then it turned into a national tour. She's in Denver now, and they're adding cities all the time. To tell you the truth, Damien, I don't know when I'm going to see my woman again.
That sounds to me like she's very successful.
Yeah, well, she's packing them in. I guess that's her idea of success, huh?
You don't look too thrilled about it.
Should I be? You know, I keep telling myself that if she is genuinely happy, then I should be too, right? That everybody has the right to achieve their life's goals or something like that.
I guess so.
Yeah, so what about you? What about what you want out of life? You never talk about it.
Well, I want happiness. Doesn't everybody?
Yeah, so what's happiness? Is that riding around in a limo with a beautiful woman on each arm? Stuff like that?
Well, I'd like to be a top detective. Work my way up through the ranks. Maybe make chief of police.
Why not commissioner?
I'd take the job if somebody offered it to me.
And that's it, huh? That's all you want out of life.
Okay, what are you getting at, Calvin?
Well, we do spend a lot of hours working around here, you know, and I just see and hear some things that I can't shut my eyes to exactly.
All right. I guess if I can trust my life to you out in the street, I can tell you a few facts about my life.
Good. If you ever feel talkative, let me know.
I'll tell you what. I'll buy you a steak dinner tonight, and I will tell you the story.
Hey. You are on.
But I warn you, it's a story without a happy ending so far.
How about one preliminary question?
Sure.
Does the story have anything to do with Martine DeVal and her criminal husband?
Yes, it does. And a few other people.
Health experts don't always agree on what's best, but many of them believe we should keep our serum cholesterol from rising above normal limits. Now, how do we do that? Well, in this university study, 43 families on individual eating plans reduced serum cholesterol an average of 9.6% in 3 weeks. Did they live on boiled rice? Not at all. They cut down on foods that were high in cholesterol and saturated fats. They ate more fish, more chicken, more fruit, more vegetable. And for cooking and salad dressings, they used Puritan oil because it is low in saturated fats and contains no cholesterol. This is the oil. I think you should try it. This is the name. I think you should remember it. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win.
The Wake Up America Show, Bob Starr saying rise and shine. The Wake Up America Show,
If Bob Starr doesn't get up, nobody gets up. He depends on Coast Deodorant Soap, the eye-opener. No other soap refreshes like Coast with its exhilarating scent. No soap has bubblier lather. Coast brings you back to life.
The Wake Up America Show, Bob Starr saying rise and shine, everybody. All you sleepyheads out there, get up, wake up.
Bring yourself back to life with Coast, the eye-opener.
Nap time. How would you like to lie down with me for a little while?
For some reason, I'm not tired.
Who said anything about sleeping?
You're a real pig, you know that?
Oh, Bobby, I love it when you talk dirty. I used to be your type. Now, what does that say about your taste in men, huh?
Everybody makes a mistake.
Well, I'll tell you what. We can, switch off if it'll make you any happier. You guys are a laugh a minute. I'm gonna go sack out.
Sweet dreams.
Thank you. Oh! Hot news flash. If any of you think that this is some kind of golden opportunity to make a break for it, think twice.
Why would we want to go anywhere? We're having such a good time.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm gonna be right outside this door with a sweet old Buffy with me, right next to me.
You make a lovely couple, Sharpie.
Oh, well, thank you. But just so that I impress you, I'm a very light sleeper. And I get very upset when somebody wakes me up. So the first time that door opens, I blast away and ask questions later. So don't even let the wind open that door. Because somebody's going to get hurt. Real, real bad. Got that? Good. See you in a little while.
Gavin, forget about it. Are you really all right?
Yeah, I'm okay, Jody. Really? Sorry. I'm so sorry you got mixed up in this.
What about your leg? How's your leg?
We had a little problem with it at first, but it seems to be healing now.
Yeah, it was really bad right after it happened, but Bobby took real good care of me. She even found somebody to treat it.
Bobby, I don't know what to say. I mean, I really appreciate all you've done. Thank you.
Sure.
So, tell me the story. How did you wind up here?
After I left your house, the night of the shooting, I did go back to the studio to give myself up.
Well, then why didn't you?
Well, I made it as far as the studio door.
Unless we want to count a few minor traffic violations. I think what we might have here is a case of self-defense.
Yeah. But don't forget, it's Wiley's gun, not Wagner's.
And Gundy was a big man. He was perfectly capable of breaking Wiley's neck as well as his leg.
What did Miles say about Cooley handling Wiley, though?
Well, he said there had been a struggle over the gun and that the gun went off accidentally.
Heard that before.
No, you're not ready to buy it.
You just told me the man was shot 10 feet away. That precludes any alibi about struggling for the gun.
Yeah, I guess that pretty much does cut it down, doesn't it?
I think we have to work here under the assumption that we're looking for a murderer.
Excuse me, Chief.
Yes, Sweeney, what is it?
If you don't need me for anything else here, I really should get back on the beat.
Okay, Sweeney, go ahead. Take care of yourself out there, huh?
Hey, you stop! Stop, Wiley! Stop or I'll fire!
Just freaked out, baby. I couldn't just walk in there and let them slap handcuffs on me. They had the wrong information.
Yeah, I believe you.
Gunther grabbed the gun in the struggle and it just went off. I did not shoot him deliberately.
I know. I know you're telling the truth. You must be.
You're the only one that believes so. The cop thinks it's murder, and that means I'll wind up in jail. And if that happens, we'll never see each other again. Unless you come visit me. I'm visiting.
This isn't funny, Gavin. We are in a bad situation.
Tell me about it.
That's why we had to run.
1,000 pardons, Mrs. Whitney. I hope I haven't kept you waiting too long.
I thought you forgot me.
That would be impossible. How could I ever forget the woman responsible for my start in this town?
Did I do that?
Absolutely, you and you alone.
Oh, when I hired you to be my photographer for the wedding?
No, even before that, it was the pictures I took of you in Miss Darwin's dress salon that gave me the reputation of being a photographer of beautiful women.
Well, I'm glad I could be of help.
I shall be forever grateful to you.
I hear that you lost your most popular model.
Yes? Don't tell me. You plan to come to my rescue.
What?
We're here because you want to work as my model.
No,
I think it's a marvelous idea.
Oh, no. The thought never crossed my mind.
I think you'd be sensational.
Well, you know, I did have a lot of fun when we had that
God
other
knows
shooting.
you don't need the money, Mrs. Whitney, but you would do me a tremendous favor if you would give the idea some serious consideration.
Well, it would be a pretty tough act to follow.
Maybe.
I bet you're really disappointed that Martina left.
I don't begrudge her this chance to return to the stage. You know that dancing is her first love. She has my blessing.
I get the idea that your interest is personal as well as professional. Is that right?
I make it a practice to fall in love with all my models.
Oh, naughtier than I thought.
Sometimes.
Did you know about Martina and my husband?
What about them?
Well, they had a thing not too long ago. They lived together. And quite frankly, I get the impression that the reason Martine took this job is so she could be close to my husband again. What do you think of that?
Know who makes the #1 cookie in America? My mom. She's doing it now. She's making Nestle Toll-Less cookies. Mom says you have to use Nestle real chocolate morsels. The original recipe on the bag. Well, they aren't real Toll-Less cookies. And they aren't America's favorite. You want to try America's favorite cookie? My mom probably can't make that many. But you can ask your mom.
Nestle Toll House, America's favorite cookies made by America's favorite moms.
So you're saying I'll make more money if I use cheaper ingredients and fillers?
Yes, you will.
No, I won't. Young man, you might know bookkeeping, but you don't know a thing about Hillshire Farm smoked sausage. People buy my smoked sausage in Polska kielbasa because I make it with farm fresh cuts of pork and beef, hand-trimmed, lean and tender.
Dinner's ready.
Quality meat makes Hillshire Farm.
Delicious. I wouldn't change a thing.
Hillshire Farm, now with recipes right on the label.
Tonight at 6 on The Incredible Hulk, David Banner gains access to gamma rays inside a nuclear power plant. And later, it's Saturday night. Tonight, Gilda Radner courts guest host Elliot Gould, and Godfather John Belushi joins a group therapy session.
It's just that I don't want to see you fall in love with someone and then be played for the fool.
You have nothing to be concerned about. Martina and I communicate rather well, and I know all about her relationship with your husband before your marriage.
You do?
Yes. I don't think Martine has any designs on your husband, Mrs. Whitney. Your husband is no fool, and I think the man would have to be just that to so much as look at any woman other than his charming and beautiful wife.
You do have a way with words, Mr. Crown.
I'll be right with you, Kelly. Just a minute. Hello, Mrs. Whitney.
Hello.
Well, I must have done something right to be lucky enough to encounter you twice in one day.
If you've come here to check on any gambling that might be going on in the back room, I know nothing about it.
Oh, you can relax. Actually, I'm just here for dinner.
Oh, do you know Mr. Crown?
Sure. Nice to see you again.
Same
Mr.
here,
Crown.
Detective.
We were just talking about Martine and how wonderful it is that she's going to be back in the dance company.
Well, I guess show business gain is your loss, Mr. Crown. You must be unhappy about losing your best model.
You should have been here a moment ago. I was explaining to Mrs. Whitney that Martine is anxious about getting back on stage, and she has my blessing.
Well, that's very unselfish of you.
You know, as a matter of fact, I am anxious to see Martine on stage again myself.
Oh, really? Well, I'm sure she appreciates your attitude. Well, I certainly don't mean to intrude upon your conversation anymore. I just wanted to say hello.
Have a nice dinner.
Well, you have a nice chat.
Well, I thought I should be polite.
Man, get a load of this menu. You know, I think I will have that big steak you offered me. The only problem is I can never make up my mind between baked potato and French fries or domestic beer, imported beer, red wine, white wine. You know, what do you think?
About what?
What's the matter? Didn't you hear what I just said?
Oh, I'm sorry. My mind must be someplace else.
What's eating you? Is it seeing Raven Whitney again?
No.
You could have fooled me. Damien, stop staring, man. You're being obvious.
Actually, I was just thinking about Carlo Crown, the man who's so interested in seeing Martine Duval on the stage again. Wells. Collier Wells.
For a moist, super moist cake, Creamy Deluxe is the only frosting that's good enough, because it's buttercream creamy.
We did it!
Make someone happy, you and Betty Crocker can.
The buttercream creaminess of Creamy Deluxe. It's the only way to frost the incredible moistness of a super moist cake.
You and Betty Crocker can.
We did it!
Make someone happy.
It tastes cheesier. It's much easier.
We asked this group of grade school students which macaroni and cheese dinner they like best, Kraft or a no-name brand. Well, you heard them. Twice as many kids liked the Kraft dinner. Why? They said it tasted cheesier than the no-name brand. And as moms know, a bargain isn't a bargain if kids don't like it.
So please, make some Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's much easier.